A short story about what love is. Chapter 1. The journey begins. Single. So, you're single. You're expending thought, energy, emotion, and time into finding that special someone. It may seem, at this point, that there isn't anything that you can do to jeopardize your future happiness. But you are mistaken. While the fishing process seems innocuous, there are many games we play at this stage that set the foundation for failure. The way we dress, how we speak, and the stories we tell, all have an impact on our futures. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Olivia is a brilliant 23-year-old college student. She spends most of her time in sweatpants and t-shirts, studying in her dorm, but has realized that she really would like a committed relationship. Every other Saturday night, she puts on one of 3 party dresses and goes out to the clubs with her friends. Olivia believes that is where she will meet Mr. Right, so she puts her best foot forward. She giggles and dumbs down her conversation in order to meet what she believes are the expectations of the men she is interested in. She meets, on average, 2 men a night, and will have a date with one of them per month. Over a year, Olivia will become involved in 2 to 3 relationships that will ultimately fail. Noah is a 25-year-old college graduate who is a new employee at a large corporation and is working hard to move up the corporate ladder. He works 45 to 50 hours per week and plays hard on the weekends. He has an active dating life, but is starting to become interested in a more serious relationship. Like Olivia, he is hoping to meet Ms. Right in one of the clubs he and his friends frequent. He puts away the business suit and puts on jeans and a stylish shirt he believes will attract girls. He laughs loud and is exuberant with his friends. And when he sees a girl he is interested in, he attempts to engage in conversation led by her reactions to his questions. He exchanges phone numbers with an average of 5 women each night he goes out, and dates on average 2 per month. Over a year, Noah will become involved in 2 to 3 relationships that will ultimately fail. In the background of the dating world live those individuals who are not looking for actual relationships. These men and women just want to have fun. They want to dance, drink, have meaningless sex, and move on. Or spend very platonic time doing the activities they love with no romantic interaction. Failing to realize these people exist, and acknowledge their impact on our lives, is where many individuals fall into the first roulette game of dating. Attraction to the player. Olivia and Noah enjoy going to the clubs, and they enjoy the highly charged interactions that the clubbing environment creates. But most of the people they meet have no real interest in long-term relationships. The reason behind the confusion is twofold. First, Olivia and Noah are out of their normal life space, and both are playing the role of fun-loving partiers, when really their responsibilities don't allow for that kind of lifestyle. Second, they are attempting to find relationship material in an environment that encourages short-term interactions. Clubs and bars, while fun, rarely attract people who have made a deliberate decision on what they want out of their love lives. In fact, most clubbers come in 2 varieties. Those just looking to have fun and, in the current dating vernacular, get laid. And those looking to have fun but secretly and desperately hoping they will find more. The danger is when the hopeful meets a great player and gets emotionally attached. This is why it is dangerous for anyone looking for a serious relationship to shop in a club. Many people who are just having fun are great dates. They are charismatic, energetic, and fun to be around. For someone looking for a long-term partner, the player can seem like a great catch. Unfortunately, if they aren't looking for a relationship, they can't be caught. And chances are, if they did want a relationship, It wouldn't be with someone they met on a night out in the club. Simply because going to the club is meant to find short-term flings. It's best to dodge that bullet by keeping expectations of club relationships low. And in perspective, great for having fun but not likely to be long-term. For many, being single is a whirlwind of ups and downs. Excitement and disappointment. We go out, we meet a great person, we get excited about the potential. We find out they really aren't what we're looking for, and we do it all over again. It is a self-perpetuating cycle that can be exhausting and depressing, but it doesn't need to be. If we can put it all into perspective, and control our expectations. Being single can be rewarding, fulfilling, and fun, just as it should be. Unfortunately, one group of singles has a little harder road to travel. Single parents not only have to deal with the time constraints of parenting, which makes meeting people difficult, and building relationships even more difficult. There are often financial strains, and a constant battery of needs being thrown at them. If you're a single parent, it is very important to figure out a way to focus some of your energy on your own growth and future. Single parents must carry more weight and responsibility, but that doesn't mean life is over. The first step is the same: what do you want? To make it easier to manage, think of it this way. Single people have 3 choices. 1. Focus completely on self-development and survival and not date at all. 2. Enjoy short-term interactions and play the field until the desire to settle down emerges. 3. Actively look for a long-term partner. Unfortunately, most of us live our life in the gray areas between the choices. Because we are not deliberate in how we live our lives. Too often, single people simply go with the flow of their dating lives. This approach disengages us from what we really want. It disallows us from having a say in the direction our lives take. So the first game of relationship roulette most of us play is with ourselves. To be satisfied with our personal lives, we need to be honest with ourselves about what we want. You have to be able to say, "I'm ready to work at having a real relationship." Or, "I'm not at all interested in being committed to anyone." Once we are honest with ourselves, and a deliberate choice is made, we can embark on living that choice. For those who are not interested in a relationship, it's important to make sure that the people we engage with understand our position. It is also very important that the decision to remain unattached is deliberate, or the outcome is ultimately disappointment and failure. When the decision to actively search for a long-term partner is made, it is best to invest some thought into what we really want. What qualities are important to you? What kind of lifestyle do you want to lead with your partner? How much emotional energy are you willing to put into a relationship? Are you looking for a long-term, light and fun relationship, where each of you continues your own lives independently? Or are you looking for someone you can move in with and eventually marry? As a single parent, think about how much contact you want your partner to have with your kids. Be deliberate. Think about your ideal situation. Visualize and fantasize about what the perfect day, week, month, and year would look like for you. Think about the qualities that are important to you. What type of education level and employment? Do you prefer a homebody or someone who is very active? What kinds of activities are important to you? Is religious belief and/or activity important? Do you want someone who will be actively involved in helping you with your children? Only when we clearly understand what we want can we actively pursue it, so make an honest list. Use that list as a guide. Choose places that are more likely to attract the type of people you want to meet. And ask questions that will help you learn if the people you interact with will meet your standards. The best way to meet someone compatible for a long-term relationship is simply to do the things you love to do. There are groups for almost everything, including single-parent groups. Become involved in activities that appeal to you. It is guaranteed that anyone you meet will have at least one common passion. To be continued. Like, share, comment. Subscribe to Total Transformation channel.